From the heart of Philly, this is CBS News Philadelphia. It's the last day of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Tonight, former President Donald Trump will officially accept his party's nomination. We'll have a look ahead at what we can expect from his speech.
Meanwhile, President Biden, he is taking a break from the campaign trail after testing positive for COVID-19. He's now isolating in Delaware. We're going to tell you why one member of Congress is telling the president he cannot beat former President Trump come November.
And it looks like we'll be a bit more comfortable at the back end of this work week as the heat wave that gripped our region has finally come to an end. Morning, everyone. Welcome to the News at 7, streaming on CBS News Philadelphia and on Philly 57. I'm Jim Donovan.
And I'm Janelle Varell. Thanks for joining us this Thursday morning. We're going to talk about that next weather forecast and finally some relief after the brutal temperatures we've been dealing with. Meteorologist Kate Bilo with our next weather forecast. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Janelle. Hey, Jim. Good morning. Now, I want to manage expectations a bit. It's not, when you step outside this morning, going to feel immensely better than it did yesterday. Temperatures are very similar to where they were yesterday morning. Humidity levels are similar as well. And you'll notice more cloud cover. Today is what we call a transition day as drier air tries to work its way in and we try to get this front offshore. Still a decent amount of cloud cover around this morning, maybe even a couple of showers. But temperatures, even though they're starting off warm and steamy, they are just not going to go as far today. So the heat comes to an end. The heat has finally broken, but the humidity is dropping gradually through today. It's not until tonight that we really feel that drier air start to work its way in, and that will set the stage for a lovely summer Friday. So after the heat and storms yesterday, sunshine, low humidity tomorrow. Today, again, that transition as that drier air works its way in. Temperatures, though, very similar to yesterday. We're in the mid-70s in Philadelphia, 69 degrees in Allentown, but it's just not going to heat up as quickly, thankfully. We got to 95 yesterday. Today, we're looking about almost 10 degrees cooler than that. Mid-80s outside today, 85 at 4 o'clock. And again, it feels like the 80s, like it's supposed to feel. Mostly cloudy, breaks of sun here and there. Can't rule out a couple of showers. But as we head into the weekend, we've got more seasonable temperatures. I'll break down your full weekend forecast from the city to the shore and the mountains coming up. Let's send it over to Chris Garrett for your morning traffic. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Kate, and good morning, everyone. Delays around 95 Cottman to Bridge. You're seeing slow travels on that southbound side. Heavy delays on that southbound stretch. Northbound, we're traveling well, making your way. But for right now, we're seeing basically stop and go traffic. You're making your way from Cottman down the bridge. Heading over towards the Girard Point Bridge, we're seeing a little bit of delay heading over towards PHL, but no accidents to report. Same coming in around the areas of the Blue Route. Watch that southbound side. Northbound starting to thin out a little bit, but that southbound side heading down towards 95. You're definitely seeing your usual slowdowns at this point. And we also still have the situation over in Wilmington. 95 southbound Delaware Avenue MLK still closed down from an overnight accident around 1 o'clock this morning. Crews are still working with the accident. Use caution in the area. Janelle, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. A woman who was riding her bike in Rittenhouse Square was killed after being hit by a car. That deadly crash happening just before 7 o'clock last night at 18th and Spruce Streets. Investigators say a 68-year-old man who was driving the car hit the 30-year-old woman who was on her bike as she was riding in the designated bike lane. She had severe head trauma and later died at the hospital. Right now, police are investigating.
Also this morning, fire officials are investigating a possible lightning strike on a house in Montgomery County. Crews were called to the scene on the 2400 block of High Road. That's in Lower Moreland Township at around 9 o'clock last night. Firefighters said they found smoke and fire in the basement and worked quickly to put out the flames.
Upon arrival, crews immediately went into service, found the fire in the basement, worked very hard to get that fire out, and then we found some extension that went up to the roof. So crews extinguished that fire.
Fortunately, the family inside that home escaped without injury. Another day of cleanup is in store for residents in Chester County. Powerful storms Tuesday night into Wednesday toppled trees and knocked out power to thousands of people. PECO says at the height of that storm, about 130,000 customers were without electricity, with Chester County bearing the brunt of the outages. Speaking of outages, here are around the latest numbers. PECO says more than 25,000 customers in Chester County remain in the dark at this point. Montgomery County has more than 1,000 outages. Delaware County just over 200 outages. If your power is out and you're watching us on one of your devices, you can go to cbsphiladelphia.com to get an idea of when your power is expected to be restored.
This morning, President Biden is isolating in Rehoboth, Delaware. The 81-year-old president testing positive for COVID-19 yesterday as he was campaigning in Las Vegas. The White House says the president has mild symptoms and will continue to fully carry out his duties. Mr. Biden's doctor says the president is experiencing upper respiratory symptoms and general fatigue. The White House says the president is vaccinated and boosted and being treated with the antiviral drug Paxlovid. The Republican National Convention wrapping up tonight in Milwaukee, where we're going to hear from former President Trump as he takes the stage, officially accepting his party's nomination. Jan Carabeo joining us now with a wrap-up of day 3 and a look ahead to tonight. Jan, good morning.
Janelle, good morning. Tonight is former President Donald Trump's night. Trump will officially accept the 2024 Republican nomination for president in a speech he has said is a chance to bring the country together. It will also be his first public speech since surviving an assassination attempt last weekend. This all comes after Trump's running mate J.D. Vance introduced himself to much of the country last night. In his first speech as the 2024 Republican vice presidential nominee, the freshman senator from Ohio played up his youth and stressed his Midwestern roots. Much of Vance's speech focused on his childhood struggles, including growing up in poverty and his mother's battle with addiction. Vance was able to rise through the Marines, Yale Law School, and then Congress. He spoke as his mother there watched along with the rest of the convention.
Our movement is about single moms like mine, who struggled with money and addiction, but never gave up. And I'm proud to say that tonight my mom is here, 10 years clean and sober. There is still so much talent and grit in the American heartland. But for these places to thrive, my friends, we need a leader who fights for the people who built this country. Now, I pledge to every American, no matter your party, I will give you everything I have to serve you and to make this country a place where every dream you have for yourself, your family, and your country will be possible once again.
Vance capped off a day that focused on U.S. national security and foreign policy, including speeches from Gold Star families of the fallen and the parents of an American taken hostage by Hamas. Now, Vance has skyrocketed up the Republican ranks. At just 39 years old, he has only served in the Senate for less than 2 years. Many delegates there at the RNC say he represents the future of the party and is a much-needed shot of youth in government. On the other hand, the Biden-Harris campaign put out a statement last night after his speech describing Vance as, quote, unprepared, unqualified, and willing to do anything Donald Trump demands. All eyes now turn to Donald Trump tonight as he closes out the RNC. Jim.
Thank you very much, Jan. Still no determination as to why a shooter tried to kill former President Trump at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. Yesterday, members of Congress were briefed by top FBI and Secret Service officials. Law enforcement officials are investigating the security breach that allowed the gunman to fire at Mr. Trump during a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday. A CBS News analysis has found the sniper team closest to the shooter would have had their line of sight likely obscured by trees, making it difficult for them to see him clearly. The team further away had to reset before taking the single shot that killed the gunman. Meantime, hundreds of people gathered last night in Butler County to remember Corey Comparator. He is the former fire chief and father who was shot and killed during Trump's rally on Saturday. A sign outside of Lernersville Speedway reads, "Rest in peace, Corey. Thank you for your service," with the logo of his fire company. Officials say Comparator spent the final moments of his life shielding his wife and daughter from gunfire.
And according to 4 sources, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi spoke privately with President Biden over the phone, telling him that polls show he cannot defeat Donald Trump in November. Pelosi also told the president that he could destroy Democrats' chances of winning the House if he continues to seek a second term. Biden reportedly responded by pushing back, telling Pelosi he has seen the polls showing that he can win. Publicly, though, Pelosi has said it is up to the president to decide if he's going to continue to run. A White House spokesperson says Biden is the party's nominee and he plans to win. Well, despite the call between the president and former House Speaker, the Democratic National Committee is said to be moving ahead with its plan to virtually nominate President Biden before the Democratic National Convention. Committee members got a memo from the party yesterday morning stressing the early vote is, quote, the wisest approach to the nomination. Virtual voting would not begin until after August 1st, but it still would come a few weeks before the Democratic National Convention, which starts in mid-August. The DNC is meeting tomorrow afternoon to deliberate and set a timeline for virtual voting.